Okay, it's Scott Miller. I am back from Cloud Dominant, and I have another Harford County home price predictor version for you. It's still a work in progress. If you watch the last two videos on the price predictions I did, basically the first prediction, I used a simple regression model. Didn't get as accurate of outcome as I wanted, but I also didn't include as much data. So I expanded it a little bit more to the entire county of Harford County, which is in Maryland. I think the total number of records was 18,520. So it's 5 years of sales for Harford County. And then this time around, I decided to make it a little bit more user friendly. I'm still using the same data and the same model. I just expanded it to include an API. So basically, I'm hitting a database in my AWS instance that where I store some property data, active listings, and it doesn't show. They don't have as much data as I would like in that portion. So the data I trained this on comes from property records, from the property tax record. So I have a lot of data for those for that portion for the training. But then for the homes out for which I want to predict, there's a lot less data, and that's just because I've only imported relevant information to show in another website, to show just basic features, the address, square footage, that kind of thing. So my plan is to enrich the data in the database with another API that I found that's going to allow me to incorporate way more features, like 100. So I'm going to do a lot of different things with those features. Didn't have time to do it today. So today I just wanted to show a simple update to the Harford County Home Price Predictor. And so let's take a look at it. I'll show you the code right quick, and let's move this over. But I have this in PyCharm. I realized that PyCharm works a lot better with doing machine learning and things like that, for me anyway. So I just have some basic imports. I'm going to close that up there or hide that. Some configuration. Um, this connects to DynamoDB database in my AWS instance. Those configuration variables are hidden, so you won't see those credential values here. I know there's some opportunistic hackers out there looking hard at this right now, thinking, "Can I find those API keys?" No, so they're hidden. But basically, we're just loading the data locally, and then using Streamlit's built-in tools. Streamlit has a lot of powerful built-in tools to do the UI for this, which makes it a lot of fun, and it's super powerful. I can think of there's 100 different things I want to do going forward. So I'm really excited about moving forward and doing a lot of these projects. But basically, we're loading the data. Um, these are the features, the basic features. Like I said, we're going to expand on this once I incorporate that other API that I found, which has tons and tons of new features I can add in. They come right in from the property tax record. These are all of the inputs. Well, actually, all of the X variables of the features for the machine learning model. And here we're using gradient boost. We used it the last time as well. So what I'm doing is I'm incorporating the API so we can pull up a property, but I'm also giving the ability for the user to input their own desired values, just in case the API doesn't have the right values or whatever for now. So for now, it may not have as much information as I would like. But yeah, so that's the code. Pretty simple. Right now, I'm going to go and we'll take a look at the app. So one of the things I have here is you can enter all the information manually and you can get an output, or you can select the value, which is way more fun. So what I'm going to do is we're going to find a property, and this is just what's in the database, so it's just pre-populates. This is based on the active properties that get imported daily. Let's try this one, 406 Troutdale Court. So here's a preview of it. And also import the JSON. I also show the JSON. So this is good to good to have for development purposes, just to take a look and see what values you have and which ones you don't have. So, all right, so this is in Bel Air. It looks like it's 4 bedrooms, 4 baths. Another thing I have to do with that new API is split out the baths to full and half. I need to get lot square footage, waterfront, Boolean value for waterfront, a lot of those things. I know this is not a waterfront property, but those are just a couple things that I wanted to point out. There's only one car garage. I believe there's a basement there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's central air. The square footage, 2544. We can assume that the basement square footage is about half of the total above grade square footage. So we're going to say about 1200. And this doesn't factor in whether it's finished or not finished. Another thing that I'm going to do in the next go round. Interest rates right now, they're like 6. They're still high. And this is in the 1.4. Acres total, I don't know why it defaults to a whole acre, but I'm pretty sure it's not that much. But let's go take a look at this in the bright and get a little bit more information about it. So this is coming soon, so it's not even on the market yet. They're going to list it for $474.9. It actually says 1776 square feet, so that's an important thing to factor in. And sorry about the noise, but my dog is barking. It's a quarter acre, 768 below grade, so 1776 and 1776, like the Declaration of Independence. So, all right, it's 0.26 acres total. And now we're going to hit predict. So 430, I got it at 430, 476, and they have it at 474. It may not be worth that much, but it's a fence yard. That's another feature I don't have factored in. Let's see, what else could I be missing from the model? Let's go take a look back at it. That's about it. So let's try one more. Let's take a look at one more, just randomly. 66 Norman Ave. This is a tiny house. This looks like it's in Aberdeen. So I'm pretty sure this is a 2-bedroom. Yeah, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. So let's see what we get here. No half baths. Year built. That's another thing. I don't have year built in here, which is massive. So I'm really slipping there. I need to have year built factored in, because that's a huge factor in determining home price, especially for older places. Living area is only 702 square feet. There's no basement there. There is central air, I'm pretty sure. Okay, 702 square feet. Mortgage rate is about the same. Acres total, we'll leave that the same. Okay, 66 Norman. Let's go take a look in the MLS. Is it under contract, maybe? Yeah, it is. So somebody is snatching that up. Pending, so that means it's under contract. List price was $159.9. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. I'm pretty sure we got most of the features there. Built in 1953. Below grade square feet should be 0. And year built. There we go. All right, let's predict price. 243,811. Oh, you know what? I got the wrong zip. All right, let's try again. 243,811. So it came up with the same zip, same value, even though it's in a different zip. So a little bit high on that one. Oh, I have a garage here too. So let's try this again. 227,490. Okay, so that's a little better. One thing I don't have um, in the data that's coming in is the actual some of the details. Year built, lot size, basement square footage. A lot of features still need to be added, but I was able to add them here. Still came in a little high on that one. Um, and the house could be listed a little low as well, so it could have been a multiple offer situation because the homes have been selling for higher, especially on that low end price point. There's been a lot of demand for entry level homes. So that's about it. I just wanted to show you that update this time around, and I will be sure to show you the expanded version with the new API next time. 100 features or so. So let's look forward to that, hopefully by next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.